What's poppin', you guys? Welcome back to Jyoti K Uncut. Okay, so I had a weird thought the other day. At what age am I supposed to stop worrying about everybody? No, seriously, I'm in my 30s and I still find myself worrying about my mom, worrying about my friends, worrying about people I've dated, as I've mentioned in my last episode, and worrying about whether everybody's okay. And I started thinking, when does it actually end? Because when you're younger, you think one day you're going to have it all figured out. One day you'll stop feeling guilty. One day you'll stop feeling responsible for everybody else's happiness. But lately, I've realized that if you don't address it, you just get older and older and carry the same weight for years and years. I don't know if it's like an eldest daughter thing. I don't know if it's a woman thing. I don't know if it's an immigrant thing. I don't know if it's a people-pleasing thing. But I know I can't be the only one feeling this way. There's no way. I've noticed guilt follows me everywhere. Like if I leave town, I start feeling guilty because I'm like, okay, is my brother going to be okay? Like he knows I'm not in town. Is he going to start acting up? Is my mom going to be okay? Like she gets really depressed and like severely depressed when I'm not there. She's lonely. She starts thinking about things. So then I start checking the camera, looking at my brother's location. I start oh, maybe I should go back early, like bargaining with myself about, why I shouldn't stay somewhere long enough. Long. And then if I don't answer a text, I feel guilty. I'm like, damn, do they know that I'm out? Is it going to seem like this? Does it look like I'm having too much fun and ignoring them? I don't want them to feel that way because it's not the case. And if I choose work over something social, I feel guilty because I'm like, damn, I should have been there. Like the Diljit concert was last night. And I didn't really care to go to the Diljit concert because I've already seen Diljit and love Diljit. But I was like, I've had my share. I'm good. I got it out of my system. But then I'm like, damn, everybody was there. That would have been a good social moment. I should have done street interviews. I should have done X, Y, and Z. Just like, fuck, I should have just done that instead. But then work needs to be done. If somebody likes me and I don't like them back, I start feeling guilty. Like I went on this date the other night. This guy was visiting from England and I thought I was going to like him, you guys. I really did. I saw him on Instagram. He barely had any followers. He checked off the boxes and he looked tall. Like I saw him next to like a car and I was like, okay, he's taller than the car. So I'm bargaining, trying to compare to see if he's tall enough so I don't have to ask him. And then it looks like he dresses nice. It looks like he travels well. And he pulled I'm in LA. What's there to do out here? And I get that all the fucking time. I know that's guys' games and this is how they like to talk to girls because they don't know how else to talk to women, I guess. And I usually ignore it, but I'm like, oh, okay, this guy seems kind of interesting. And I decide to meet him in a public place to watch the World Cup. And I just wasn't feeling him. I didn't feel the spark. I wasn't feeling nervous. I just didn't feel it. But he was nice. He offered me a drink as soon as I got there. He wanted to get to know me. He wasn't judgmental, but it just didn't do it for me. And I started feeling guilty. I'm like, what is my issue? What the hell is my issue, man? And now going to my mom, when my mom wants to stay home and I want to go do something, my mom always wants to stay home, immigrant mom, she feels safe. After my dad passed, she just doesn't like to do a lot of things. And I want to do something. So then I start feeling guilty, like, come on, mom, just come. And then I'm out. I'm like, I need to go home early. I need to go see my mom this weekend because I didn't see her all week. And I just start feeling guilty. And what's crazy is nobody's actually putting this pressure on me most of the time at all. Nobody's saying I have to like this guy. Nobody's saying I have to stay home. Nobody's saying that to me. It's just a pressure that I've put on myself. And it's this weird feeling that somehow I'm responsible for what everyone feels. We're always checking on everybody. We're remembering birthdays. We're trying to make plans. We're trying to make sure everyone's okay. And then one day you wake up and realize nobody's doing this for me. Not because like people are bad, but because you've trained everyone to believe that you got it handled. You become the quote unquote strong one. You being the strong one sounds cute until it gets exhausting. Like with my family, when there's a birthday or anything, no one plans anything. Jyoti's going to figure it out. Like whenever there's any kind of gathering, I'm just going to figure it out. If my friends, it's their birthday, no one's asking me if I have shit going on, if I have something on my shoulders. I need to drop everything and be there because I've just gave them that access to me, right? And when I don't do it, then everyone's mad because, oh, you're always at everyone else's birthdays, or you always come to my birthday, but why didn't you come this year? It's like, yo, maybe I had something going on, and then I start feeling guilty. I need to make up for it. I need to overly explain. And I really did some like deep diving, and I'm like, why the fuck am I this way? And it just feels like because my whole life, I like love was kind of conditional. If you've listened to my Addiction is Real episode, you know that I've talked about my dad many times. I share a lot about my dad. I post a lot of pictures about my dad. I really, really loved my dad. And this is something I've been struggling with lately because when somebody passes away, especially a parent, people expect you to only remember the good things. And I do remember the good things. I remember all the good things. I only share the good things. I loved my dad. I forgave my dad. And I still absolutely love my dad. That was my first love. It's any daughter's first love, right? But I think I've spent so much time protecting his memories that I never really processed how much some of those things hurt me. Like there were times growing up when I felt blame for things that weren't even mine to carry. Like there were times when it felt like somehow responsible for problems that had nothing to do with me. Like, not to, I hate even speaking to my dad in this light, but it's just to put light and maybe give some visual on maybe why I am the way that I am, and maybe somebody can relate. So my dad was an addict. He was addicted to alcohol and some other things. And the way he would justify it was me. People would make rumors about me in town. And I think I've addressed this in one of my other podcasts. This girl made a rumor about me, and I was just being a fucking teenager, you guys. I was just dating. I was being a normal kid that anybody was doing. It's just, I was hated on because I was different than other people, maybe, or maybe I don't know. And I don't know if people said things to my dad or what. We lived in a small town, and he started blaming his alcoholism on me. I drink because I'm stressed out over my daughter. I drink because I don't know what to do with my daughter. Mind you, I'm like fucking 16, 15. You know what I mean? Just living peak teenager life, doing everything teenagers do. Go to parties, go out, go to prom, go to dances, go to dinners, like nothing out of the ordinary. Like I wasn't even having sex, I'm telling you, like, and even if I was, like teenagers, I was being a fucking teenager. And I'm getting blamed for those things. What the fuck does that have to do with me? And obviously, like, when people outside are saying it, your own are supposed to protect you. And when the person in your home isn't protecting you, that really fucks you up and shatters your perception of yourself and life. And sorry, I'm like kind of getting emotional about it because I don't like to talk about it. Like, you're so young and you don't really understand what that's doing to you. You just become a person that tries harder. You become the person that's always trying to prove themselves. You become the person who's trying to earn love, earn validation, earn acceptance. And I think for years I buried a lot of that pain because I loved my dad. And I still do. But I love the version of him before the before the alcoholism, before the addiction, the love that he used to give me before he started making excuses for, what his actions were. He's a grown-ass adult, you know? And loving somebody doesn't mean their actions didn't affect you. Both things can be true at the same time. You can love somebody deeply and still acknowledge that some of the things they said or did stayed with you. And I think one of the things that stayed with me with this constant feeling of asking myself, did I do enough? Am I good enough? Did I disappoint somebody? And if I'm being honest, and I still ask myself those questions today. And I think it's rooted with what happens at home. And that's part of why my relationship with my mom can also be complicated sometimes. Because I know she loves me. I know she sacrificed for me. I know she cares. And I'm never going to question that. But sometimes the love and validation are not the same thing. Because sometimes somebody can love you deeply and still make you feel like you're constantly being measured. You're being compared to Preeti down the street because Preeti down the street wants to be an RN and you want to be a teacher. Preeti has straight A's. She doesn't go out, but you're always out. Mind you, Preeti got pregnant at like fucking 20, but she was home all the time. And like what you've accomplished just isn't quite enough. There's always another thing you should be doing or shouldn't do. And I think that's where a lot of my pressure comes from. And maybe somebody can relate. And I don't think my mom is trying to hurt me because somewhere along the way, I started believing that no matter what I accomplished, there's nothing that's going to be enough. There's always going to be another mountain to climb. There's always another certificate I could have got. There's always another this I could have done, that could I done, I hit one goal and immediately I focus on the next. I don't know. And lately I've been wondering if that's why it's so hard for me to feel satisfied. Like I'm never fucking satisfied. Maybe I've spent so much time chasing approval that I forgot to approve of myself to myself. Maybe I've spent so much time trying to become enough that I never stopped to ask whether I was enough already. Like how many times have we stayed in bad situations because we felt bad? Oh, this person needs me. Oh, it's because this person had a rough childhood. Oh, it's because this person wasn't loved enough. Oh, it's because this person's was an addict. And you start like wanting to help somebody become a better version of themselves while you start abandoning yourself. Like how many times have we ignored what we wanted because we were worried about hurting somebody else's feelings? I think a lot of us confuse kindness with self-sacrifice, and they're not the same thing. Like you can be kind without abandoning yourself. And that's something I'm trying to practice. And I think those that are listening should practice as well. You can care about people without carrying them. See, care and carrying sound similar, but are not similar at all. Like we shouldn't have to carry people's feelings and what they're going to feel. And this is a lesson that we need to learn for sure. Again, I'm going to repeat it. You can care about people without carrying them. So when does it end? And maybe that's the wrong question. And maybe it doesn't end. Maybe we don't stop caring. Maybe we don't stop loving people. Maybe we don't stop wanting the best for the people around us. I don't know the exact answer. But maybe the goal isn't to care less. Again, maybe the goal is to stop carrying things that are not ours. And I think that's something that has been embedded in us for years and years as immigrants' children, right? Look, Kikange, what will people say when you do something? Why do I have to worry about what people will say because of my action? This is my life. This is what I want to do. I don't give a fuck. Oh, don't show off too much because so-and-so doesn't have something. I worked hard for this. Why can't I show off? Don't do this. What are people going to say? Don't do this. It's going to make so-and-so feel another way. Don't do this because your husband isn't going to be happy because he's insecure. Maybe he should deal with his insecurity. But don't do this because your friend, she gets really jealous, so we have to tiptoe around her. Why do I need to tiptoe around her? Why can't she just grow up and start to, you know, maybe realize why she feels certain ways? Oh, we don't want to make her feel left out. Why don't we just be honest with the friend? Let her know that, hey, like, we don't want you to come because you ruined the vibe. Like, why do you always want everything your way? Why are we always tiptoeing around people? Like, we don't have to stop caring about them. It can all coexist. I can still care about my mom. I can still care about my brother. I can still care about my friends. But I don't have to carry everybody's feelings. I don't have to care if I fucking had a birthday party and I don't invite somebody. I didn't want to invite you. But now we're inviting people because we feel guilty. Now we have 100,000 people at our fucking wedding because we don't want them to talk shit about us. You get what I'm saying? It's like, when does it end? It ends when we want it to end. Caring and caring, there's a difference. I think for the first time in my life, I'm realizing that somebody else's happiness isn't my responsibility. Their choices aren't my responsibility. Their growth isn't my responsibility. Responsibility. And it's just a hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean? Like, it really is, because it's just embedded in you. So if you're listening to this and you've been carrying somebody else's emotions and everybody else's problems and everybody's expectations, maybe this is your reminder, but you're allowed to put some of that weight down. And I share my experiences with you so you have some context. And you know that I'm not just talking out of my ass. You know that you're not alone. And we might not have identical experiences, but the feelings and the outcomes come from somewhere, and the feelings are the same. You're allowed to choose yourself. You're allowed to leave without guilt. You're allowed to say no. And you're allowed to stop feeling responsible for things that were never yours to carry in the first place. Maybe that's why I'm asking, when does it end? Maybe it ends when we stop trying to earn the love we already deserved in the first place. Clock it. And maybe healing starts the moment we realize we were never supposed to carry all of this. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Jyoti K Uncut on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcasts.